Welcome back to another episode of Bad Brad's Cajun Cooking. Today we're going to be preparing some chicken and crawfish sauce piquante and some fresh corn maque choux. Let's throw it down. All right, I got 3 pounds of boneless, skinless thigh meat. We're going to season up. Hey, look, and you could use a chicken. Sometimes I use a cut up chicken. Sometimes I use this. It just depends on what I'm. I find it's easy to serve when it's boneless like this. I know you might not get the full chicken flavor, but we're going to add a little chicken stock to it, so it'll be just fine. Okay, our pot's hot. I'm going to add some olive oil. Enough to coat that pot like that there. And we're just going to brown that up. The first one. All right, while that chicken's frying or browning, hey, look, I shucked some corn. I got 6 ears of corn. I shucked some fresh corn. I'm gonna show y'all how to cut it. All right, just want to make sure you have a sharp knife. You can just cut it like that. Just take your time. You can feel it's like a bone in the middle. It's almost like filleting a catfish or something. Just gotta follow that burn. Then after you're done, you milk it. You just go the opposite way. You get all that juice in there. That's not juice, that's gravy. All right, we got all our corn shucked. I'm gonna add what I did. I got some bell peppers, some onions, celery, and garlic, and I got a fresh tomato, and of course I gotta put my jalapeno in there. Hey, look, everything is fresh. You got nothing's frozen. Like I told you in the last video, sometimes you got to go a little bit above and beyond if you want greatness. Sometimes it could be some trouble if hey, sometimes I don't have the time to go through all that trouble to do that, and you got to make it. I understand, but sometimes you treat yourself, go through a little bit of trouble, and I'm telling you, if you never had it fresh off the cob like that, it's awesome. Okay, so now we're going to go from here into our pot with some olive oil. And we're just going to add just gonna stir that. Man, my mom. This is a recipe from my mom. I can remember as a kid, Mama. I mean, look, I only shucked 6 ears of corn. She used to buy 2 or 3, 4 dozen and do all that by herself. So my mama knew it was a little trouble, but she knew it was good too. And we're just gonna let that cook down. All right, our chicken's done. I don't want it to fall apart too much. Hey, look, we're not going to I don't put any tomato sauce in here. We're going to use paste, rotel, stewed tomatoes. And look, this is my basic sauce piquante. Whether it's fish, chicken, this is normally how I make all of my sauce piquante. Spaghetti too. I don't use any sauce. I just use paste. This tomato paste right here, Hunt's tomato paste, but I'm not going to put the whole thing. I'm only going to put maybe like probably that's Might be too much. Almost half the can. About 2 tablespoons, that looks like. I'm gonna let that kind of brown in that grease for a little while. Then we're gonna add, I don't know if you noticed, I only took half of the onions, bell pepper, celery, garlic, and well, the jalapeno I put all in the maque choux, but the other half we're about to saute that for the sauce piquante. Only let that paste go for a little while. We're gonna add the rest of our veggies. You can see it's starting to get a little black right there. No problem. We'll add a little water and unstick it. Now we're just gonna, if you see it wants to start to stick or burn a little bit, just add a little water. And my fire was a little high. Sometimes it's hard to gauge these old gas grills. It's no biggie. We got it under control now. We'll just let that saute. Every once in a while, you want to stir that corn. Hey, look, our vegetables are where we want it. They cook down. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna add a can of rotel. And I'm gonna use I'm only gonna put a half a can of it's a 14.5 ounce can of stewed tomatoes. That's about it. That way we got a little bit of chunk tomato. Now we're gonna let this cook down. Hey, look, I'm gonna put a good tablespoon of roux. That's gonna it helps cut that acid in the tomato. Look, my favorite's Carrie's roux. They from Ville Platte, Louisiana. Is the best. Now, you're going to let that cook down. We're going to add a little water because that roux, you don't want that big clump of roux. It's got to melt down. You kind of smash it. You can start off with about 1.5 cups of water. Hey, look, I'm going to probably let this cook for about 1.5 hours, 2 hours. And I don't know if you notice, I'm not cooking in my black pot. And the reason being is I learned my lesson because that tomato, the acid in it made it the gravy taste like an iron taste. It ate up the iron of the I don't know how to explain it right, but I just know I'm not going to use it again. I'm going to use my Magnolite. Let's check that Corn Maque Choux. You can see it's cooking down. Oh, if you could smell it through that camera, I'm telling you, talk about smell good. And hey, if you notice, I didn't add any seasoning, and I don't think I'm gonna. Last time I made it, it was perfect. The jalapeno had the spice. Towards the end, I had like about 1/4 of a stick of butter, salted butter, and that usually enough salt, and that corn's just naturally sweet. It was awesome. So I'm not gonna add any seasonings to take the flavor away. Okay, our corn's been cooking for it's about 30 minutes, 40 minutes. You can see how it's cooking down. I'm gonna add the butter. We got 3 tablespoons right here. Tenderize that. probably another half hour. You're gonna be ready. See, it's starting to cook down a little bit. At first I had added some water, but now that it's cooked down, I'm gonna add a little bit of chicken stock. I have about, this is about half full, so this is a 32 ounce container. We'll put about 16 ounces. Now if it cooks down again, if it gets back to where it just starts kind of frying, then you would just continue to just add in water. But this is probably, it's been about 2 hours I let it cook. Now throughout the 2 hours I had to add, you know, a little bit of water. If it boiled down, you add a little bit of water. But this is about the consistency you want. So we're gonna add our chicken. All right. Now I got these fresh. It's some fresh crawfish from Richard's Farms. He lives about 5 miles down the road. It's the best. I'll put that in a bowl. And we're going to season that with some bad brads. Just like that. Mix that up. We're going to throw that in with the chicken. We're just going to let that cook for maybe about, I don't know, about a half hour. It's a little thick, but we're gonna add a little water. And once it starts coming back to a ball, it's gonna soup up a little bit. All right. Turn the fire off. Look, that's the consistency you want. Not too thick. It's perfect. All we gotta do is add our green onions. And that's it. We're about to plate this bad boy up. Wait. Let's take a sip of that. Let's see what that juice is all about. Oh, that's not juice, that's gravy. Let's plate this thing up. Let's take a bite of that. First the sauce. Yo, that crawfish mixed with that chicken flavor. It's awesome. Let's check that maque choux. Y'all, that maque choux, I didn't add any seasoning. It had the spice of the jalapeno. It had the salt of the butter. It's perfect. It was a sweet corn. I'm telling you, if you've never shucked and cut your own corn, you got to try it. It's really something. That's all I can say. And that's a 3 pumps. Hey, thank y'all so much for watching this episode. I'm very grateful for y'all love and support and for watching my videos. It means a lot to me. Remember to be kind to one another, and together we can make this world a better place. Thank you.